years ago today, Toby Fox and his small team, including Timmy Chang and Magnolia Porter, released what would become not only the biggest video game of the year, but an internet phenomenon, and my personal favorite game of all time, Undertale. Since then, we've gotten the first chapter of the sequel, prequel, alternate reality called Deltarune. Some of the biggest Let's Players on YouTube have played and praised both games, exponentially increasing their exposure. Timmy Chang has made her own game, Toby Fox is making music for Game Freak, and the most recent development. Of course, we never would have gotten here without Undertale being a remarkable game in and of itself. It has an amazing soundtrack with too many bangers to list, an emotional story with hidden depths of lore, so many fun and lovable characters, not to mention the exceptionally large amount of LGBT rep, Undyne and Elphys, the guards in Hotland, and so many non-binary characters, including the two inhuman characters. Alright. Man, this discourse is still going on? For those blissfully unaware, let me summarize the debate at hand. The three human characters in Undertale and Deltarune, Frisk, Kara, and Chris, appear very gender-neutral, both in their designs and how they are never called boys or girls by other characters. Instead of he or she, these three are each referred to by they, a gender-neutral pronoun. To some fans, this signals that these characters are not boys or girls, but instead have non-binary genders. However, many people in the fandom, likely the majority, take this seeming ambiguity as a license to create fan content of these characters that makes them boys or girls. On Tumblr in particular, this has led to a stark divide in the fandom. On one side, you have people saying to just respect everyone's headcanons about these characters, down to deciding their genders and pronouns. On the other, you have people saying the three characters being non-binary is part of their thematic purpose in the games, on top of being positive canon representation for a rarely recognized group, and erasing that is bad practice. I fall into the latter camp, and this video will explain why. Get ready for an analysis of canon, themes and subtext, the importance or lack thereof of authorial intent, representation and erasure, the nature of fandom discourse, and why you should care. Let me explain why Frisk, Kara, and Chris being non-binary is more than just a headcanon. Some quick definitions to start us off. If a person is non-binary, it means that person doesn't see their gender as being exclusively male or female. Many non-binary people prefer to be referred to by the pronouns they, them, theirs in place of he, him, his, or she, her, hers, since they is already a gender-neutral pronoun. So if talking about someone who's non-binary in third person, you'd usually say they did that instead of he did that or she did that. This isn't always the case, but we'll address that later. And for those who don't know the difference between canon and headcanon, the former refers to everything that is a factual part of the world/story of a piece of media, where the latter refers to ideas fans make up about the characters or world of the piece of media. Terms like these are difficult to explain, so here's an example. In Undertale's true pacifist route, Elphys and Undyne become a couple. This is canon to the game. However, in Deltarune's first chapter, Undyne canonically doesn't know who Elphys is. You could have your own ideas about how the two of them would meet in this alternate universe, and that would be a headcanon. What this video will argue is that the use of they-them pronouns for Frisk, Kara, and Chris within their games is not just there to leave aspects of their characterization up to interpretation, but makes them canonically non-binary. Thus, changing this facet of their characters is not just a matter of differing opinion, but actively contradicts the source material while erasing non-binary representation. This is an expansion of an essay I posted to Tumblr the week of Thanksgiving 2018. Like that post, this video will be split into 6 sections of unequal length, with the focus progressing from literally interpreting the text to Toby Fox's intentions and the outside impact of having these characters be non-binary. Let's get on with it, shall we?